Welcome back to another Backpage gaming video, guys. Today we are looking at Moments Zola, the little magician. I'm excited for this one, to be honest, Robbie.
Yeah, it's our first Moments review, isn't it, I think?
It is. And will he live up to the hype?
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, so they are nice looking cards, aren't they, Moments? The player,
gorgeous.
Like, the icons of a dynamic image, they just charm me. It could be Inzaghi and he'll charm, well, maybe that's a bit of a stretch. So yeah, it's the first Moments play we're doing.
Yeah.
What were your first impressions of the short king, Gianfranco Zola?
He was fantastic.
Ooh.
You know, honestly, this card, I feel like there's always a bit of hype about Zola on FIFA because he's always very nippy. He's always got pretty good stats, but he's never quite got up to that like next tier that he needs to be in to be really meta and really popular. But this card is definitely what he needs to get into that next tier.
Yeah, I'd probably say his baby is the better of the first three iterations, which is weird.
This one is unreal.
Yeah. He's
really, really good. I played him in Striker and Cam. Funnily enough, I played him more in Striker, but I think he'd actually be a better Cam.
Yeah.
It's simply because I've just used to Garincha and Cam, and I didn't want to, shift it around too much. But great dribbling. Probably one of the best, probably second best dribbler I think I've used.
Behind
Neymar.
Yeah.
Neymar will forever be my favourite just because of the custom body. I think it just makes his animation so much better than everyone else's.
Yeah.
But altogether, fantastic card. Really, really impressed me. And it wasn't one of those cards that I had to learn how to use, if that makes sense.
He just slotted right in.
He slotted right in. He really suits the meta of this year, and I think anyone using him will absolutely love him, to be honest.
Yeah. Have you used any of his others, or?
No. I used his baby last year, I want to say. I've used his baby before, though, but...
Yeah. He's short and lean, isn't he? I suppose that makes him a bit nippy. Maybe I think that'll tie into it.
Definitely.
So yeah, if anyone who is a big fan of the channel, or even a slight fan of the channel, Jack is a pace whore. He goes to sleep every night reading the Pace Horse Creed.
I've always got a Hunter card.
Yeah. He's got the big pace manifesto, but he's got less than 90 pace.
Yeah.
Is he fast enough?
Definitely. I think, like you say, with him being short and lean, it makes him feel faster. And when he's on the ball, it's a really strange thing. When he's on the ball, he feels fast.
Yeah.
But when he's not on the ball, you never really notice him running fast. Or, having to sprint to get to positions. It just seems to be there. And I think that's one of the things that you really notice about top tier cards is that maybe 9 times out of 10, you don't have to wait for them to be in a specific position for them to score or to pull off a great pass or do anything really. They're always there. They're always in the right spot. And I think he's got 93 positioning, so I'm sure that helps a bit. But altogether, he was absolutely fast enough, and I think, like I said, if you're using him in Cam, I used an engine on him, so I didn't even use Hunter or anything, because I thought his shooting stats were that good.
Yeah.
It'd almost be a bit of a shame to waste, like the boosts on the shooting stats. I suppose you could go Catalyst if you wanted, but he felt perfectly fine with engine. He was really nice on the ball, like I say. He was definitely fast enough. And that, I think sometimes people get a bit too hung up on pace, myself included.
Yeah.
You're looking at the number. I didn't particularly look at his pace before. I was mainly looking at his shooting, his dribbling. I was like, wow, that was a good card. Used him, and he was fast enough. So, yeah.
Fair enough. One thing. Is 78 stamina a problem?
I was going to talk about the negatives in a minute. That's probably the one thing that lets him down the most, by far. The reason I used him at striker a bit more, I think, was because my Cam they're an absolute workhorse. They run up and down the pitch all the time.
Yeah. And
he did get tired in that role. I didn't have to sub him off, but I think if you went into extra time,
he'd be struggling.
You'd be a bit annoyed with him, maybe, when you're trying to chase the game a bit or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
But is it enough to put me off the card? No.
That's good then, yeah. I always get put off by less than 85 stamina, never mind less than 80. So his shooting stats, first glances, they are mental. 97 finishing, 92 shot power, 95 volleys, 93 positioning. Is it as good as it says on the tin?
Yes, but I'll share a short anecdote. So,
okay, I'll get my popcorn.
My first game with him, I'm like, this guy is going to be good. He suits me. He's a little nipper, and I love the little nippers.
Yeah, to a grasshopper.
Yeah, and again, a wonderful chat. He does all the work. I get the chance, and I say I miss it. I put the perfect amount of power on, not to toot my own horn. And he absolutely blazes it wide, and I'm like, no, don't put this guy on fraud watch. Do not do it to me. And I have another chance, and I miss it, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And then he scores about 15 goals in the next 6 games. This guy, I don't know what what was it? Maybe he was nervous, a bit of performance anxiety in front of the net, in front of the good old goal hole, you know what I mean? But this guy's shooting is insane. Honestly, left foot, right foot, devastating. Pop star. It's Zola. But he's really, really good. His stats, I don't think they're as good as they are on the card, you know what I mean?
Right,
like 97 finishing, for me, he doesn't feel like a 97 finishing player.
Yeah.
I think it's more because of his shot power. That's the one thing that I think is a bit of a lie, actually.
I think it's a bit low.
In game, obviously. It feels lower than 92 because he placed a lot more shots than he, rinsed them home. He had a few shots that just went top bins. And I don't know what I'd prefer, actually, whether I'd rather have a player like this where they place the shots really well, but they're not always powerful, or someone that's just absolutely rips them. I don't know. But either way, he scored a lot of goals for me, and that's in a team with Neymar and Grinch up top.
Yeah.
He replaced Mbappe for me. And if I had both of these untradeable, I would drop Garincha, definitely.
Really? You'd play him over Garincha?
Yeah, I thought this card was really, really nice on the ball.
Yeah.
Obviously, getting to the reason why he's not a 10 as we go into the end card is the fact he's not got 5-star.
I was about to say, is that not of an issue for you?
It is. I think it is definitely an issue.
Yeah.
That's why I've given him a 9 altogether, which I think is it's a pretty solid rating, isn't it?
Yeah, it's decent, yeah.
It'd be a 10 if he had 5-star. It'd be an 11 if he had 5-star and 85 stamina.
Yeah.
But it wasn't enough to put me off the card. I loved him. Value, I've given him an 8. He is expensive. I bought him for 1.28. But I think, he's not far off being worth that, to be honest, because a lot of people have got a lot of money in FIFA now. Because obviously we're just quite far through the game. People have had a lot of promos to pack cards, and if he fits your team, if you're looking for a little magic cam, the only caveat thing, in a 4-2-3-1, I think he'd struggle big time.
Why's that?
Because he is a little nipper.
Yeah.
And he does get, if the wind's a bit strong like it has been the last few days, he'd get blown to shit.
Yeah.
Not in the good way either. So yeah,
Not
it wasn't
you
very
get your
strong.
Hands on him
anyway. It wasn't very strong. I just think he benefits from 4-3-1-2, 4-1-2-1-2. Where he's really close to players,
like a Messi style player.
Yeah, that's probably that's actually probably the best comparison that I could think of now that you've said that.
Yeah.
He's got great traits. He's got outside of foot, finesse.
I'm listening.
Yeah, and
Keep
short king traits as well. Really great. Like I said, I used an engine on him.
Yeah.
I suppose, with engine on him, his stats are insane. But looking at it, you probably got a catalyst if you don't feel like he's fast enough.
Yeah.
But if you do feel like he's fast enough, feel free to put maybe a finisher on him to get that shot power up a bit.
Yeah.
But altogether, great card. I'm really happy that we've reviewed him as the first moments. Links, we've gone for that Flashback El Shaarawy. Absolutely amazing card.
Yeah.
If anyone hasn't done him, you should regret it. The Siglio, the season progress from this year.
Looks quality.
Season, sorry, it looks amazing. I know people have they got him yet? I don't know.
Some people maybe have if they're sweaty.
Miles away from it. And then that Caputo, I know a lot of people did that. What if Caputo?
You get upgraded as well.
Yeah, I'm about to say they clutched up, didn't they, in the 70th minute or something. So obviously he's an icon as well, so you can link him to anybody that you want. Position, striker cam, like I say. it comes down to the type of system you want and what you require from your cam.
Yeah.
Altogether, though, Robbie, honestly, you'd love this card. I think I'd love this card. Sam would love this card.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sam, I forgot to mention that you're not here. Because he is without internet. Yeah. He lives in out of Baghdad, it seems. But great card, mate. Any other questions, really, before we wrap it up?
No, I think that's it. I think you've done him a justice there.
Thank you.
A nice little card.
It is. Great card. It's worth mentioning before we go as well. What's coming out on Wednesday, Robbie?
So, we've done a little collaboration, our first collab, with the Average Foot Guys. If you don't know them, they're a nice little podcast, two sound lads. We, three of us went on there, we had a nice, it was called the AFG Ultimate Quiz. Just all about Ultimate Team, a nice quiz. We all got drunk, it was bloody chaos. I may have challenged a FIFA YouTuber to a boxing match, we'll wait and see. If you want to listen to that, go follow them on Twitter, Average Foot Guys. All the links and that is in their bio. Just go give them a follow. If you don't, then we will find you. And see you in the next one.
See ya.